biragotv. Shawty
Long time no see. Guys, can you believe I'm supposed to be in Nigeria right now? But the money was not talking, so I'm in America. Unfortunately for me. Hi guys, welcome back to another vlog. Hold on, let me do this real quick. This is the wedding I was supposed to be at. Okay, if you saw my shorts where I did the keratin treatment, this is what my hair looks like after a wash. And so this is what they'd be talking about, because they were saying that you could still have your curly hair if you wanted it, but when you do straighten it, it stays straight. So if you want an option that's like you can have your curly hair and still have straight hair when you want, this is where it's at. Also, my curls are more defined. More so it's clumped together and it's like looser, and it's probably way down by the keratin on the surface. But usually my hair wet is like the roots all the way through, like it's puffy all the way through. So I am about to blow it out because I'm actually about to film a chit chat. Get ready with me. 2026 is going to be the year that I become a content creator, okay? So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We're on the road to 10K. Forget 1K, 10K. But yeah, I'm about to blow out my hair. This is the first wash I've done after the treatment, so I'm also curious to see. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit and we'll keep talking. Welcome back. Honestly, I'm not here to stay too long. I'm only here for a short time, not a long time. I can't stay consistent with vlogging because I don't live a vloggable life at the moment. So we're gonna cut back on the vlogs and do other things in the meantime, and then maybe in the future we'll bring back more vlogs. But it's also given learn from other people's mistakes, because most lifestyle content creators like always complain about how invasive people can be when you share your life. So it's like, maybe I should learn from your mistakes. Anyways, I'm gonna blow out my hair and get to filming because I actually have quite a list of things to do. So I have a list of content that I want to create, because we're gonna create all of January's content. Because I'm niching down to booktube, it's gonna be easier for me to plan out content and like have content ready to go, so that I'm not like frazzled and then I don't post. So I have my list of content. I have to film all of this today. And so I need some books for that, and all my books is in storage. So I'm gonna try to see if I can find the books that I need, and if I can't find them, I'm gonna go to the library to see if the library has it, and if the library doesn't have it, then I'm gonna go buy it, because I do want the physical copy when I am recording. And I'm gonna just go ahead and return it after I'm done, because I do have most of these books. I just have a feeling it's gonna be hard for me to find it in my storage unit. They're all boxed up in like different boxes, and it's just like, I don't know. So yeah, that's the plan for today. So let me go ahead and get my hair done and then get to work. This is precisely why I did the keratin treatment. Like, my hair is blown out. It blows out pretty straight. Like before, when I would straighten my hair, it would be pretty much like this the next day. Obviously, it's blown out hair that needs to be straightened, but I can work with this. Whereas before the treatment, I would have to straighten it. My blowouts would be given like puff, poof. Whereas for this, I'm about to like slick back my edges a little bit and go film. And it should do just fine. Or maybe I can even do like a half up, half down. I still definitely want to cut it. I just haven't gotten around to like finding the person. I can still straighten this hair eventually to get a slicker look. I can take it out and do other things with it. I don't think I'm going back. Like, I don't think I'm going back, because obviously over time the keratin treatment will have like its own damaging effects on your hair, and the curls will become looser and looser the more you do it, blah blah blah. Boy, I don't know if I care. I definitely need a cut, but just like that. Now let's go set up. I'm gonna be using my pride and joy, my OG camera. Oh, I need the tripod. So we're gonna use, let's see. Wow, this camera's like so zoomed in. Okay, somebody knocking? Is that somebody knocking? Okay, so we're gonna sit here. I think it would actually be better if it was like dark. So maybe I'll do it tonight. But then I would need a ring light, and I don't have a ring light here. But I'm gonna go to my storage so I can get my ring light there. Artificial lighting works better for videos like this. And so I think I'm going to abort mission and do this later in the evening so that I can control the lighting a little bit better, because this light is too bright. The outside light is too bright. What I can do though, why is it, guys, don't mind the hair, I just pulled it out of a ponytail. But I was sitting here, I've been learning French and it's kind of getting serious. Like, I'm really trying to master French by the next 2 years. Like, I want to be able to speak well, maybe not fluently, but I want to be able to speak well, communicate in French in the next 2 years. And it's at the point where I need some textbooks. And I'm really struggling with the feminine, masculine, gender agreement. There's a lot of that in French. The big part of the French language is how a word being feminine or masculine affects sometimes the whole sentence structure. Because English doesn't have that aspect in the language, becoming accustomed to that is very annoying. For example, even like how you say in, like let's say you want to say I'm working in France. The gender of France affects what word you use for in. And it's like, because if it's a male, you say en, in. If it's a female, you say a la. There's another situation where I literally could not figure out why I kept getting it wrong. But then I realized I have to add an E because the word was female in certain instances and wasn't in others. I can't remember, but I should be pretty fluent in French. Like, I took so many years of French. I took 5 years in high school. I took French in college. I think 1 or 2 years in college. I took AP French. I've taken so much French, but I wasn't like trying to learn French, because if I was trying to learn French, I would know French. And I'm so sorry that I wasted all those years of free French. College wasn't free, obviously, but high school. But I have these textbooks from high school, and I'm just gonna go back to the basics and learn the basics of the language and see if I can clock it. It's really affecting my abilities, and I just need to hone in on the gender number agreement situation, specifically the gender ones. One thing that is very annoying about that is the fact that you need to know every word, whether it's feminine or masculine. And it's like, how's that possible? If you did not grow up with the language, like, that just seems like an impossible task. Anyway, so I'm sitting here, I'm going through it. I have French 1 and 2, both textbooks. And I actually have the workbook to go along with it. I honestly just need to go back to old school flashcards and memorize it, and yeah, I think that would help a lot. I can't wait till the day I can speak French, like make a whole video of me speaking French. Like, while sitting here explaining this in French, or at least trying, that would be so tea. I can't wait for that day when I can speak and communicate in French. I cannot wait. Anyways, that's all for today. Until next time. I'm back again. I have my reading journal for 2026. I'm about to plan out my spreads. I do plan on doing a whole video on it, but first I'm gonna go through and plan out the spreads that I want and what I want it to look like. There are some that I'm gonna repeat, like the bookshelf I'm gonna repeat this year the exact same way, and the calendar. There's certain spreads that I'm gonna repeat from my last spread, just so the video isn't too long when I film it. I'm gonna outline some of the spreads that I can, and then I'm just gonna decide what I want to do with certain pages. And yeah, so I'm about to do that. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like, or check out my video that I'm gonna make on my 2026 book journal. Good morning. Okay, so on today's agenda, I need to film my reading journal. I actually did quite a bit yesterday. I basically planned out all my spreads yesterday. I was able to figure out what I want to do for each page. I am changing up quite a few of the spreads. I'm cutting back a lot on the spreads I'm going to do because I need this to be practical. Last year was my first year making it, and I did enjoy all the spreads I put in there, but there's some that I just don't need. There's some that are redundant and are just like unnecessary things, and I want to be able to keep up with this. I did keep up with my last spreads pretty well. but I don't like how bulky it got. So I want to keep this as at the least as minimum bulky as possible. And I do want to keep using like the same book for as many years as possible, because last year's over half of the pages are going to waste. I think what I'm gonna do though, so that it doesn't go to waste, is maybe use that scrap paper, but also I might want to just keep it intact just for future reference, nostalgic reasons. But yeah, planned out a lot of these pages. This is still being planned out, but at least I know like kind of the formatting. I just need to figure out how to do the title, and then I'm gonna add in the rest of the boxes. I'm gonna do 100 books again, even though I only got to 70 this year. This is like my reading log. For this one, I'm only gonna do pictures because for one, I like the look of it better, and also I don't really like the listing. So we have pages for that. And then we have our series tracker. I'm making it a 2-page spread this year. The title is going to take about half of this page. This is something new I'm doing again this year. I don't know if I'm going to keep it like this, but this is the rough draft. I'm doing a calendar again because I actually really enjoyed looking at the calendar. So I'm going to do that again. The stats page is staying exactly the same. Well, for the most part, I changed up this format a little bit, but for the most part, it's going to look exactly the same. There's going to be those boxes here. I'm trying to figure out a challenge I want to do for this year, but I don't know. There's no challenges that's piquing my interest. I could do like a book bingo, and then I might do the monthly spreads, but I'm not going to do like the construction paper or anything. I'm just going to do the month and then do single page spreads, but that's for future me to worry about. But that's it. That's all I'm doing. I want to get this filmed so I can edit it, so I can put it up. I want to go see Avatar today, so I'm gonna do that. And I was looking at the times, and they only have a 2:45 p.m. and a 9:45 for the regular standard view, not like the 3D. I think I'm gonna go to the 2:45 one because 9:45 is just a little too late, because that movie be like 3 hours long, and anybody got time to be sitting in the movie theaters till midnight? Like, please. I also need to go to Michael's to pick up some stuff. I need to go to Target to pick up some stuff that I'm gonna need for my spreads. And yeah, I'm gonna plan to leave here by 1. It is 11, so I have about 2 hours. I'm gonna make some food. I'm actually gonna film some shorts. I'm trying to stick to filming everything 1 month in advance. So this is the rest of the content I need to film for January. I've been editing. I have like 7 videos edited. So I'm gonna film some things on here because I need to go put these books back in storage and get some more books, which I have a whole list of books that I need to go ahead and grab in my storage. And that's that. Yeah, I completely abandoned you guys. I think I'm gonna turn this into just like the chaos of me creating my reading journal, because I was gonna record the actual process of me doing all the spreads, and then I attempted, and I don't have the tools. I even went as far as getting this out of storage, my ring light out of storage. It creates quite a bit of a mess as well. This is cleaned up. I have cleaned up, but there was a big old mess here in the process. And then, I was also using my bigger camera to do it. Child, I don't know how people do it, because not only is it constantly running out of battery, these spreads, like, they take forever. I don't know if it's because I didn't plan out my spreads before doing it. Like, I didn't know exactly what I was doing for each page. I was kind of just like going with the flow, thinking of designs on the spot. So it was taking forever. The first day I sat down to do it, I kid you not, I sat down at 6. I looked up and it was 11. I was like, what? Where has the time gone? And it didn't even feel like it had been that long. And I was recording the whole time. So I was like, who's about to edit all that footage? I think with experience, people would probably learn to like have the exact designs planned out to minimize as much time as possible. But I like to let my creative juices flow. So yeah, so that didn't work out. Oh no, did I have eye boogers this whole time? I literally just woke up because I've been going to sleep at 3 in the morning, around 3 in the morning. And that's me stopping myself, because once I get into something, I hyperfixate until it's done. But I've done a lot. And I'm gonna do a short form video on this. So there's some things I did differently than my last one. Like this, I'm going to use pictures. I'm gonna put pictures versus writing down like a list. I feel like I need to do something with this. Just a lot of wasted space, but we'll see. This I did differently. I still need to do these are the last two that I need to do, and it's because I am creatively tapped out. I can't think. And also what I want to do, I don't have the stamps for, so I'm just like, what do I do? I don't know. Anyways, I redid this spread from last year in this. I need to go get more of these things from Michael's, but they didn't have it last time I was there, so. And that's it. This has taken me 3 days of like hours of work, and most of the work is with the thinking, specifically with crafting. I don't want to be like boring black and white, so I am trying to challenge myself outside of my comfort zone with most of these spreads, and that's what's taking forever because like my brain don't work like this. My brain do not work very well with colors and patterns, and it can get busy very quickly. So like it's like constantly having to rework things to work. I'm trying to do different designs for each spread, so like having to think of different ideas for 7 pages is like a lot. Also, it's Christmas. The Savior was born today. I made some hot cocoa, Teeny's recipe, bomb, because I don't like packet hot cocoa, but this is good. I'm gonna go see Christmas lights later with my friend. It looks like I was gonna go see by myself, but I told her about it and she actually wants to go, so we're gonna go do that. In the meantime, I'm gonna try to figure out this situation. I'm gonna try to figure out these 2 pages. I think I'm gonna leave it pretty plain. It's just the titles that I'm like unsure what to do. And then I want to do, last year I did 25 books in 2025. I did not complete that challenge because there are some books that I couldn't get on audio, and there's those books that are books that I have to read on audio. Like, I cannot read How God Became Man. It's like arguing against the scientific understanding of the universe and how science claims the world came to be. I'm gonna fall asleep if I read that. Like, I will fall asleep. The Return of the God Hypothesis. Both of these books are heavily science-based, and I'm just like, human limitations. Again, something I need more to research. I'm like, Rebecca is a classic, and yeah, I don't know. I'm a little nervous to read. From what I hear, classics are actually hard to understand, and I'm like, oh, it's a classic and it's also pretty big, so I'm just a little nervous to enter it. I know it's gonna take a while. So other books that I didn't get to is You're a Theologian, Counterfeit Kingdom, When Faith Disappoints. When Faith Disappoints, I actually don't know why I didn't get to that because I have the physical copy. Counterfeit Kingdom, from the summary, it sounds very boring. I'm not gonna hold you. Anyways, that's the challenge I did last year. Didn't complete it, but no frets. And so I'm trying to think of like what challenges I could do for this year. I might do book bingo, but I'm like, do I really care? That's my dilemma. Do I care? I've also seen a Reading the Rainbow challenge, or like reading a book every season. I think that sounds more interesting than the rainbow one. But anyways, I'm about to sit here, try to finish before 6. Alrighty. I'm officially done with my reading journal 4 days later, and that also means this vlog is over. It is that time of the year for all the reading journals to come out, and I finished my 2026 reading journal. This is a journal that I actually updated almost every month last year, so I definitely use it, and I've been enjoying tracking my reading, so I had to create a journal this year. And this year I kind of have an idea of the spreads I like. I also have an idea of my reading. It's a lot more honed in and straight to the point. And yeah, let's take a tour of my 2026 reading journal. Okay, so my journal this year is from Amazon, and starting off with the cover page, I just kept it nice and simple and colored schemed it to the cover. Now we're gonna flip over to this random page that people usually glue together, but I decided to put a verse on here because if you see that little peephole, it flips over to my bookshelf, which I use for tracking my Bible study, so I thought it was perfect. Moving on to the next page, I saw this reading setup from another creator, and I thought this would be the perfect idea for yet another awkward space in the journal. And next to that is the cover page for this year, because I do plan on using my journal for more than 1 year. And on this page we have our reading goal for this year. Again, I have 100 boxes, but I am not strict about that. Next is my spread for tracking the books I've read. I will be tracking it visually. Last year I tracked it as a log, and I think I prefer having pictures of the books instead of writing down a list of books. Next is my series tracker. Last year I tracked it differently and I just did not leave enough space. So I made sure to leave more space to add on as the year goes. These next two spreads are spreads that I also got from another creator, and I really like the recommendation page instead of a physical TBR because I don't have a physical TBR. And also for the DNF page, I had books that I DNF'd but are technically on pause, so I figured making a DNF/pause tracker is more realistic to my reality. The next spread is my calendar tracker, and I really like this for tracking what books I'm reading when I'm reading them, and it turns out to be very pretty to look at the end of the year, so definitely will be keeping this. I also like that it adds a different element to the design of the journal with the flap doors. And we're gonna move on to our stats page. This page is also the same from last year, and it's very plain, it's very simple until it's filled out, and then it looks more appealing. The setup is also currently incomplete, but it will be at some point. And finally, our last two spreads are our challenges for the year. We have bingo and reading for the seasons. My journal for this year. I will see you guys at the end of the year for the completed journal. Anyways, we're officially done after 4 long days. I've basically hyperfixated for the last 4 days on this, so I'm happy to be done so I can move on and do other things that I've been putting off. I have so many videos to edit. I'm also gonna create my TBR jar at some point, probably next week, because I'm gonna record a video of me doing it. I also need to go through last year's reading journal and complete it officially and put it away. This journal bothers me so much. Like, I hate how bulky it is. I hate it so much. I cannot emphasize how much I hate how bulky it is, but I'm so sad because, like, oh, ow. But I'm so sad at the same time because there's so many good spreads. That is why I have decided that this is going to be multiple years of reading journals in here so that I can enjoy my spreads more. And you live and you learn, and I've definitely lived and learned. Anyways, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.